Was a prophecy by our ancestry. You'll see this black death. They couldn't describe it. It'll come. You'll see people talking in these boxes. You'll see them way out there. Figure that out. It's here. Everything that they prophesied is here.
We heard about it first at 7 o'clock in the morning. Good Morning America from New York come on. And turned on the TV in the morning and listened to Good Morning America. That's where we first heard it. I went out with a boat, you know. So that oil must have been awful.
Wakes were coming in and they're real tame and they'd float in our bay and you come up to them, they're real friendly and you poke them and they'd puke blood. So we figured that's from the oil spill. We know that Black Death is there.
Seemed like everything just seemed to disappear after the oil spill. They wouldn't even let us eat seal for a while. It must have did something to the herring. We used to have just like you could see them along the beach, just like a great big school of fish. They'd just be passing by all over out.
It's affected our subsistence lifestyle. That's what it's doing. It's taking a lot of what we eat off the ocean away from us. It's hurting us, especially in the winter time when the weather is bad. We want some seal, don't have any. I swear at the oil companies again.
It's sad. Again, that's our food.
Today, less than 500 Alutiiqs reside in small villages miles apart across the vast distances of Prince William Sound. The village of Tatitlek, with barely 100 people, lies offshore Bly Reef, which grounded the Exxon Valdez oil tanker in 1989, dumping 10 million gallons of oil into Prince William Sound. In April 9th, Ken Vlasov, his 12-year-old son Daniel, and Robert Vlasov outfitted their boat to travel across Prince William Sound and hunt seal, which of years has been a major staple of their subsistence lifestyle. Since the oil spill, the seal disappeared from around, so seal hunting is seldom done anymore. There is an undercurrent and anticipation for this hunt, but shadowing it is the tragedy of the past and fears for the future of their subsistence lifestyle.
I've relied on subsistence for the since I was 9 years old. After the oil spill, we hardly had any seals come around here or nothing. Everything died. Now the boys have to go across the Sound or down to Montague and for miles and miles to try to get something, for us.
The way they travel now, they got boats comfortable sleeping.
Lord, we take a moment to
When I was growing up, we always had to sleep under a spruce tree and find a good place. Nothing inside. And that was rough. The boats, they were mostly skiff and no outboard motors, a row. Skiff said, well, there was always two in a skiff, so each one pair of oars. Traveled a long ways. In my days, before then, they were badarkis. 2-hole badarkis, 3-hole badarkis. And that was the only means of traveling. They pick a little shelter along the way, shoreline, and most of the people using those areas to hunt in use the same spots. I don't think there was any of us in the village here that had too much money. We banked on what we could live off the land. And it's always hard work.
Daniel, come on, let's go.
It was a challenge, and a challenge is a lot of fun. It hasn't changed too much. It's still pretty lame. They were poor people. They couldn't waste a shell, even one.
There's quite a few down there, John. Down there. Maybe I should walk down from up here. They went down. They're in the water. I have to go this way.
They had to learn how to shoot, how to get their rifles tuned up. They couldn't miss. But back in them days, it was 30-30 carbines. And they had open sights, no scopes. Never heard of scopes. Iron sights, you know. Springtime, when they're pupping like that, they used tools.
I got one. Can you take me to that point? Take me right over here, John. You can.
You know, there's always a little movement in the boat, and they learn how to steady themselves. A sealhead is maybe, say, just for about size of this cup. And when he's in the water, half of that is out of the water. He was just half a target again. They shot for the water line, not showing, in order to keep the target in sight. As soon as he gets up and inhales a bunch of air, that's the time to shoot him. He'll inhale, and just before he goes downhill, he'll exhale again. And if you catch him, you could catch him away from you and shoot him over here. You hit him behind the head and drop the head in the water. And they don't lose that air. It doesn't come out.
I got one.
made pretty sharp shooters out of himself, all of them. I was a pretty good shot myself. In the wintertime, a seal gets fat. It gets heavier. Therefore, it makes them float. In the summertime, they lose some of that fat, and they sink faster.
Daniel's job on this trip is his school science project. By his dad and uncle, he will weigh, measure, and take tissue samples. His findings will be recorded by the Alaska State Fish and Game, become part of an ongoing study on the effects of the Exxon Valdez oil in William Sound.
Okay, you want me to measure this? I'll do whatever you want me to do. You just tell me what to do. Get some gloves on. You didn't even fill that out yet. Looks like 105. You got to try to write good so people could understand it. That's it.
What we're trying to do is we're taking samples from seals. Samples we take, and they're trying to figure out why the population is declining. Measured the seal. There's 2.
Yeah, it should be more back. I should have been a surgeon.
Took the samples, blubber.
It'll be fine.
Heart, liver, kidney. Take the whole head, skin and muscle. And if it's a female, you take the reproductive tract too. And you send it back.
Put your label in there.
This project is pretty important to us for subsistence. This seal is a big food in the village.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'd like to find out myself why the seal is declining now. It turned out it was our first time sampling.
A little slow because it's my first time, but it should be easier tomorrow. I think they wanted 20. We've gotten 3, so we need more.
You know, this time of the year there was female seals were preferred more than male on account of the more tender and taste better. He was able to tell a female seal from a male seal. Female seal has got a short nose, like mine, and a male seal has got a longer snout. That's the way you could tell. The female seal, the head is more round, not short snout. The male seal is long, it's not as round. You say, I look better. Nah, just the flavor is different.
We don't take enough seals to harm the population any. They just hunt right around Tatitlek, most people right there with skiffs, you know. Nobody ever could, except me and maybe Ronnie and a couple of boats from Chiniga and maybe a couple from Cordova. I want to just be free to go and live my life like my father's always done, you know. I don't need these laws hanging over me. I don't go recklessly kill any. I haven't made hardly any seal hunts since the oil spill at all. I can't afford it. It's not very lucrative at all, you know. We just hunt for something to eat now, you know. They can't take it. They can't take it. We'll have to rob and steal and break the law and whatever it takes, but they won't take it. I will always eat seal meat. If I have to go to the zoo and get them. This is way better than cooking down there on the stove. Now, doesn't that look pretty good to you?
If we can't hunt it anymore, then be sad for the whole village. You like it if we took your beef and your turkeys and your chickens away? I asked that quite a few times. Some of them wouldn't even answer. But some of them said that they wouldn't like it either if they had to live off of ours.
Seals are probably one of the most important resources that we harvest. We understand that the population was before 1989, but there was a much more noticeable decline since 1989.
We seem to have had a lot more seals before the oil spill. The herring disappeared after that. I think the seal went with him.
You know, a herring is kind of a delicate fish. You molest it and it moves, you know, wherever it spawns.
The harvest of herring spawn is something that people look forward to over the winter. It's kind of the reawakening of the village. You're able to go out and harvest something. It's like a long, dark, cloudy day, and all of a sudden the sun pokes through and you see a rainbow and everything starts to brighten up and people start moving around. And that's what it's like to us.
That's the beginning of the food chain. You could see everything feeds on them, from birds to humans. We've seen a great decline after the oil spill. We never did have a fishery since then. Like I say, we used to just go right down in front of the village, down the beaches, any place we wanted to, and get this. We didn't have to take a big long trip over to here like this here.
These aren't even real heavy spawns yet. And they're real thick. They just cover the leaves. Seagulls and beef, just like me. But just put them in hot water and these will turn green. The leaves will turn and get real soft. See them like this if you prefer seal oil or butter.
It's worth its weight in gold.
Before, when there was a lot of spawn around here, I used to fill one deep freeze up with just spawn and have some until the next time they spawned. My son took me out every day until I got enough. I don't know, we haven't got enough spawn for a long time.
1200, okay. What time you shoot for a docking?
As a subsistence hunter, we're not going out there to get the biggest, the prettiest, or the best deer or seal or duck, or there to share with our neighbors, to share with our elders. You're not out there to get a trophy, of course, that you can share with your family and your community.
Wow, you filled it up. 16. Good. Hi, babe. Mix up those spawns, did you?
Help me eat. Oh, these are good weeds.
Yeah, look at it.
My dog's got to have some too. Here.
What do you think?
Good.
It is now May, a month after the seal hunt. The Tatitlek School is holding its second Heritage Week. Children, teachers have come from communities all over the Sound to celebrate and study their cult elders and teachers. There is more than one reason to celebrate this year. What was seen in April during the seal hunt was only the beginning of the bounty of spring. Herring spawn, followed by the seal, have reached the village of Tatitlek for the first time since the oil spill in 1989.
Go like that, and you got a winter call. There's a winter call and a summer call. You know, what they come to. Usually, when they go, they come right to you.
And for everybody here in the village. Whoever wants some could come down and get some. Same way when we put up fish, you should see all the people down the beach.
Doesn't that look cool? Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Yeah. Big worm or big kidney. You don't want the kidneys?
Not with the fur.
Good, because I need to. Oh, they stretch it
Oh,
out.
and everybody gets to talk there, and everybody gets together and they just yak.
My dad used to eat these raw.
So we tried?
No.
Oh, I was glad I started teaching her when she was 6 years old. She'd come when we were 3 on the table and she'd keep asking, "Amma, so all 3 kids stayed. Each had one and they'd braid, take it apart. My grandkids love it. So do I.
The sea lion will take the skin and we'll blow torches, and we'll scrape it off and leave some fat and some meat on it, and we'll boil it with potatoes. Is our call in Subsistence is kayak, and sea lion is so that's our pride and joy and our food.
Sea lion flipper. Good. Everybody tasted. They said, "Isn't that supposed to be for the potluck?"
Manya, we do it once in a while on a sunny day, go on the point, and if I'm not able to bring it up, and I eat till I just get sick. I was so brought in that sea lion and seals, I was glad that showed up finally wherever they got it from.
You're just about finished now.
Okay, all right. We used to smoke fish by the smokehouse full, and salt seal and salt ducks and salt spawns before deep freezers came out. We had barrels and barrels of everything.
Sulunak means something salted in a barrel, salt cured. They sulunak the black bear or the seal and the winak.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, the Holy Spirit, we Thank you for the blessings of all that you give. Food. For those that have prepared it, we ask for your blessing.
Put out a platter of pork chops here and maybe a pot of braised seal, and by gosh, I'll take the seal first. It's got a taste of, I like that little wild taste.
I'm married to a non-native, and he eats what I eat. He eats salmon eyes. I mean, he won't eat that because it's looking at him. But he'll eat what I eat. I like seal. You know, there's more chewy and more hot mustard on it and dripping. And my husband likes something that's roasted line. I like flippers and the thing that makes me fluffy.
2 months.
What I would like people to understand is that subsistence is what we are. It's what our ancestors were. It's who we are. It's how we are. It's what we are. It's what we believe in. It's what we want to do. It's the way we want to live.
I'm proud of who I am, of what I am, and proud of the people.
Thank you, Ancestry.